of playoff basketball comes from Pat Riley, who said it's one of two things, winning or misery. The Cavs experienced the misery part on Friday night when Derrick Rose banked in the game winner at the horn. LeBron James described it as heartbreaking. Well, Sunday afternoon in Chicago, LeBron and company enjoyed the other side of that Riley spectrum in what was a mother of a playoff game. We take you to United Center, 2-1 series, Game 4. There's Derrick Rose, fresh from the game winner. And Pau Gasol, that hammy, would not play.
That was a game changer right there.
Cleveland turning it over early. LeBron's turned it over a bunch in this series. And Derrick Rose goes all the way.
Well, the reason is he has to be overly aggressive because Kyrie Irving obviously is not moving or scoring at the same pace. No Kevin Love. So you have to give up. I remember the year Magic led the league in assists. He led it in turnovers that year as well. So he's making more plays than he probably has to.
D. Rose.
Oh, my goodness.
Check this out on the replay.
Ooh, that's just beautiful, Ernie. That's just beautiful.
16-13 Bulls at that point. Final seconds of the quarter. LeBron.
Oh, just making more plays.
That guy, God gave that guy everything.
28-26.
Except
Bulls.
Full head of hair.
Oh, you're just making it way too easy for him, Jet. Way too easy.
I just said I didn't know what he said.
Way too easy.
How do we go use it every game now?
Okay, here comes a 7-minute scoreless stretch for the Bulls.
My gosh, close the door. The wind's blowing.
All those jump shots are contested, Ernie. They really missed Pau Gasol today.
Meantime, 16-0 run for the Cavs.
And then I'm getting in the paint.
Oh, bully ball.
I'm getting right in the paint.
So they got they built an 8-point lead with that 16-0 run and trying to take an 8-point lead. Trying to take an 8-point lead into halftime.
Tristan Thompson made a lot of money this year to become a free agent.
So they got a chance with this possession to maybe build the lead to 8, but off Kendrick's noggin and Jimmy Butler going the other way. So it's a 4-point game at the half. We go to the third. And in the third, Chicago outscores Cleveland 23-12. Rose for 3 there, and then this would start him on a 13-0 run as Taj Gibson takes whatever this was that Noah put off the glass.
I think that was a pass.
That's a shot.
That's a shot.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was a pass.
He did not look
how high he
anywhere.
threw that ball.
Exactly. That's what makes it. That's what made it a bad shot. How high he threw it.
Y'all know Noah's one of my favorite players. I think that was a pass.
I do not think he's one of my favorites.
Rose taking the charge from LeBron, who stepped on Rose and turned the left ankle in the process.
Tell you what, that was just great defense by Derrick Rose. Great hustle by Jimmy Butler also to make him not be able to veer.
I feel bad for them sneakers. Because that's the only thing that got hurt. He didn't get hurt. The sneaker gets hurt.
LeBron misses from in
close.
close.
$50 million here. We can get us some new shoes by Tuesday.
And misses from deep. 2 for 19 in the series from three-point land. 68-61 Chicago after 3. Enter J.R. Smith.
That's what he was brought there for. He got really hot in the fourth quarter, Ernie.
And you know, they were staying hip to hip to him. He just knocked down some tough shots, man.
They outscored the Bulls 25-16 in the fourth quarter.
Jersey.
He was terrific.
So the Cavs would build the lead to 80-73, and Chicago comes back at him. Here's Rose, who had 31 on the afternoon, and now it's 80-77. It was 82-79 when LeBron gets whistled for the charge as Noah draws it.
That's a good call.
That's a good call.
That's a
Jack,
good call.
that's a good call.
I didn't say nothing.
You made a big noise over there. 84-79, under a minute to play.
Big
Butler,
right there.
2-point game. Now Cleveland had struggled to get the ball in bounds and call him timeout, and they get it to LeBron.
This one, he should have just threw it right to Dellavedova, threw it right across court to James Jones, but he tried to keep it thinking they were going to foul him. An offensive foul going the other way.
That's a good call. Shaq, you can't. They got a new rule.
All they got to do is throw it across the
Shaq, they got a new rule. You just can't elbow people in the face. They just put it in for the game.
If you put your face in there, you deserve to get elbowed.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Now put your face by my elbow. Watch what I do to you on that.
D. Rose ties the game at 84.
Give me a charge.
And here's what you watch here with no timeouts left.
Timeout.
For Cleveland.
Timeout.
David Blatt was trying to call a timeout, which we'll show you in a second. Meantime, was that a foul on Noah? There was contact. Ball goes out of bounds. Here's David Blatt. No timeouts, remember, and he's signaling for a timeout. Tyronn Lue and other assistant coaches say, hey,
that's their job.
This is not what we want.
That's their job.
This is not what we want.
They did their job.
And fortunately for them,
they got very lucky.
Didn't see it. Yeah.
Well, listen, The officials do a good job, but they miss that.
That's a game-winning play.
But I'm glad they didn't call a foul right there, and I don't want the official deciding the game.
They did review just to see how much time should be on the clock, and so from 0.8 it goes to 1.5, and LeBron didn't need all of that.
Bam! That's just a great shot. Shake his hand.
So James, who had the offensive fouls and the turnovers that, as it turns out, says, look, game's in my hands, and he cashes in, and the Cavs tied the series at 2 games apiece in what was a beauty of an NBA playoff game. 86-84 was the final. LeBron goes for 25, 14 and 8, 30 shots he took, 1 out of 7 from deep. J.R. Smith with those 13 points, those 3 threes in the fourth quarter were huge. Rose 31, Butler 19, the only guys in doubles for the Bulls, and now they go to Cleveland for Game 5 on Tuesday. Here's what they were saying afterwards.
I don't think there's any stealing going on anywhere. I don't think we steal from them. I don't think they steal from us. I think they're games that are hard fought that you got to win. You win games and you lose games.
Were you trying to call a timeout there?
Yeah, I almost blew it.
Yeah. So they didn't see
you. To be honest with you, good thing. I almost, I think we called 2 or 3 timeouts there on that sideline out, and good thing they caught it, my guys.
And did you feel like did you gain a little bit of an advantage when the refs were looking at the video that you were able to talk about the play before LeBron hit it?
Not only that, I think we probably gained another 0.7 seconds on the clock, which was more significant.
To be honest, the play that was drawn up, I scratched it. And I just told Coach, just give me the ball. And, we either going to go in overtime or I'm going to win it for us.
LeBron drew up that play. He took control there?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he wanted the ball, he called for it, and that's what, as he should. Especially he got it going, need to make a play. That's what he did.
It's very important when you lose on the last shot. I mean, there's nothing you could do about it. He hit a great shot. He's a hell of a player, and you just got to make sure that if we're in that position again, just make sure that we force them out a little bit more or make someone else get the ball.
In the moment, it's an unreal feeling. I can't really explain it. And the first thing I wanted to do was go greet my teammates, and they greeted me a lot tougher than I wanted to greet them. I almost got another injury, between Double T snagging my neck and JR pulling me to the ground. But I wanted to greet them. It was for those guys, and that's all that matters. To be able to hit a shot like them for them, it means the world to me.
Never Stop, Never Settle, presented by Hennessy. Timothy Mozgov, J.R. Smith with contributions in the fourth quarter.
Timothy Mozgov was huge.
And what?
With 6 points?
He played well.
In the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you the guy who's played great for them is Tristan Thompson.
He has. Yeah.
I want to make a point, though, Ernie.
Make a point.
Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson do a terrific job on the game, but they had a great point today. I think the refs screwed the Bulls, giving them a free timeout because they had no timeouts.
Yeah.
And when those officials went to look at that replay, the Bulls drew up that the Cavaliers drew up that play.
What do you do about that now, though? I mean, if the situation will come
you make
up
the
again.
guys stay on the court.
Okay.
Well, there's always a way around everything.
But I'm saying
they
can't go over there and draw up a play, Kenny.
I mean, you could say everybody have to stay in the center of the court, and then then all of a sudden, you do the hand signal.
Then you'll be looking at the third base coach to say, okay, this is what we're
right. Exactly.
First of all, I know that sounds like a good theory, but if you go back and I was looking at that play, they didn't know what to do. They had no idea what to do. Because if you go back and look at the Dellavedova, he was going to take it out the first time. Then somebody else came and took it out. They had no clue. Then the refs went over there, and all the
But they had to because actually the clock was wrong. So he had.
But I'm saying, can
he actually got?
You want to get the correct play, then you have to
You
go
have to
to
do that.
but you can't give them extra time out.
You can't give them. Yeah, you can't give them on their sideline essentially another
they went
timeout
over there and
that
just drew up a game-winning play.
So the only resolution I feel is when a play is being reviewed, all players have to be at midcourt.
The soundproof booth.
That's all I'm saying.
Into the soundproof booth, you all go.
No, you just have to be at midcourt. You have to be at midcourt. Now, if you're screaming from there, it's different from having the board, draw it up, looking, and you're screaming and doing signals from there, of course.
What do you make of LeBron saying after the game, look, here's the play that David Blatt drew up, and I scratched it?
All great players have done that. Plays like that could either make you or break you. Kobe did it. Penny Hardaway did it. Chuck did it at the top of the key versus the Spurs. Yeah.